Georgia's opposition wants to show that the government won't be forgiven for breaking its promise of electoral reform. After it failed to approve a system of fully proportional representation in elections, street rallies against the government and its informal oligarch leader, Bidzina Ivanishvili, are becoming the norm.
It's an absolute must for the country to have electoral reform, which would give all political parties the fair ground, and then people could choose whoever they want in the government. So no matter how harsh the government behaves, whether they use the police or they use whatever, we are going to be very tough on our protest.
Demonstrators repeated their tactic of putting up tents outside Parliament, although camps last week were swiftly cleared by riot police.
This is a second attempt, something of a symbolic attempt to disrupt Parliament, to blockade the streets around Parliament. The police are over here in large numbers, making sure that nobody attempts to put padlocks back on the gates. But the opposition are basically saying that this Parliament lacks legitimacy given that it reneged on that promise of electoral reform.
Georgia's governing party says no changes to the electoral system before 2020 will be forthcoming.
Time is so fast. We have to wait until 2024.
That's your message to the opposition?
This is the message to the opposition.
The government argues protesters are just supporters of its discredited rivals, the United National Movement. But that may underestimate the strength of public feeling.
It's never happened before in Georgia that so different political parties are united. And we are, civil society and political parties are united to have proportional election systems because we know that we don't want one-man rule. We want everyone to have their vote in Parliament.
The government hopes this protest movement will run out of ideas before it captures the imagination of the nation. Forestier-Walker, Aljazeera, Tbilisi.